Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on SRSR, Sarissa Resources Incorporated. I did this one last week at some point, I believe, and talked about how it would probably need to pull back a little bit. And on the daily chart, it didn't pull back at all, really. On the 60-minute, 30-minute, etc., those charts did have a little bit of a pullback, as can be seen by these lower tails here. But from the daily chart perspective, not really any pullbacks. A few sideways days, but even on those days, the price was actually green. So these are one of these charts that I like to call defying chart gravity. They just refuse to really even come down on the daily chart. So these are few and far between. This is definitely the exception and not the rule. So congratulations to everybody that's been playing this one. Just an absolute beast right now. But with all that being said, I want to hop into the action again, since we're making new highs, and kind of just keep everybody up to date, since this is quite a popular play right now, and I know there's quite a few people following it. So as can be seen, this is the daily chart, and like I'd mentioned, right here we had a little day of kind of consolidation, but not really, just the stock pulling back. However, by the end of the day, the bulls had pushed it back up. And then these past 2 days, I'm not sure if there's news or what, but today, above average volume, actually the third highest volume day in quite a while, and you had nice price reaction. So that's exactly the sort of thing you want to see. What I'm going to do now is hop down to the 60-minute chart, because this will give us more of a intraday type view on things. And although the last few hours today were a little bit rough, especially the last hour, in the grand scheme of things, this chart is still very healthy. Just by grabbing this and drawing a just real quick uptrend line, you can see actually a few options. If you want to use this line here, uptrend. If you wanted to use this line here, still an uptrend. So the point I'm trying to make on the 60-minute is, yeah, it did get rough in the last hour. However, the overall chart is still fine, and even shrinking this up, you can see that it's acted very nice. You've had some consolidation periods, but then it's moved up. You had a pullback here, move back up, a little bit of a sideways action up, and you get the point. It's acting very healthy. And also this orange line here is the 200 period simple moving average, and it has been slowly and steadily increasing, and that is what's given us our overall context, which is very clearly bullish. So on the 60-minute chart, sure, you didn't have the best last hour today, but in general, the trend is definitely up, and the bulls are in charge. For you players that may be looking to try to hop in on a pullback, one possible area is this previous high, which is valued at 0.1224, so we'll just say 12 cents. That was a previous resistance, so if it does pull back there on the hourly, and you're one of those buy on weakness players, that is an option. But if you're already in the stock, this is one of those support levels that you'd ideally like to see hold. If it doesn't, not the end of the world by any means. You still have moving average and so forth underneath you, but that's just an ideal location to see the price hold. And just out of curiosity's sake, I haven't looked at the 30-minute, but I want to real quick. Once again, mimicking the hourly pretty well, and shows that the last few hours was basically just sideways action here. So I actually kind of have a little bull flag shaping up here. Right here is the flag pull, and then these two lines are forming the flag. This is just very quickly drawn, so keep that in mind. But on the 30-minute, you're fine. Actually, looking here, see this big volume bar matches right up with this area where the flag pull was established, and then this flag pull area here is all on lower volume, and that's exactly the way you'd want to see the price act in regards to the volume. Now we're going to make more of a bigger jump from 30-minute all the way up to the weekly. And what I wanted to point out on the weekly is that you're pretty much at blue sky breakout. Here there's a share structure change, as can be seen there. But if I shrink that up, it's one of those things where, as far as a weekly chart's concerned, you're just in flat out blue sky territory. All this was just a quick drop on, as can be seen, basically no volume. So you have to disregard that. And sure, you could pull up some resistance levels, but right now, weekly chart, absolute blue sky breakout. So as I've been mentioning, the overall context is very bullish, and it's one of those things where if there is a pullback in price, it's nothing to freak out about. That's just part of the game. So I want to end back on the daily and then just map out some support levels in case there is a pullback. First one being the high of this candle, which is right at about 13 cents. Then we have this level here, the high of that, which is at 12 cents, which I also pointed out on the 60-minute. And then you still have these moving averages sloping upwards, so those can also provide support. But the main point I'm trying to make here is that on any sort of pullback, you are going to have lots of different support levels, and as long as they hold, you're fine. Even if it would drop down to this 10-cent line, that's still something that it would still have a healthy chart, because right now your 20-day simple moving average isn't even at 10 cents yet. It's currently valued at 8, so still lots of room for these moving averages to move. But yeah, the chart's in good shape. I would encourage you to send me any questions if you have them, and I'll do my best to help you out. And also look in the post, and you'll see that there's a little link there for a free ebook. If you click on that, you go and sign up for my newsletter. It will get you a free ebook sent to you immediately. So I'd encourage you to go and check that out also. So once again, this was SRSR. Feel free to shoot me any questions.